The nationwide manhunt for chemical attack fugitive Abdul Shokoor Ezedi has entered its second day, with police raiding a property in their bid to hunt him down. Ezedi, who is 35 years old, is wanted after carrying out an attack with a corrosive alkaline substance here in Lesser Avenue in Clapham in South London at around 7:25 p.m. on Wednesday night, injuring 12 people, including 2 children. In the early hours of this morning, cops raided a property in Leighton in northeast London. Snaps obtained by The Sun show officers wearing hazmat suits and PPE masks as an apparent caution against the potential they would find hazardous materials. A source told us that a large number of officers swarmed the building just before 2 a.m. They smashed down doors to gain access to the property, with firefighters also attending. The fire brigade told us they were called at 1:47 a.m. to assist, and that their officers stayed until 5:30 a.m, although it's unclear what, if anything, they found inside that place, inside that home in Leighton. Overnight, we learned more details about Ezedi, including the fact he entered the United Kingdom from Afghanistan as an asylum seeker in the back of a lorry. He twice attempted to claim asylum and was unsuccessful, but on his third attempt, he successfully gained the right to stay in the UK as an asylum seeker after using a priest as a character witness and claiming he had converted to Christianity. But in 2018, before he was granted asylum, we now know he was convicted of exposure at Newcastle Crown Court. He was given 36 weeks imprisonment, suspended for 2 years, which means he didn't actually serve any time in jail. He was last seen on Wednesday night in the Caledonian Road area of North London, near Islington, at around 8:48 p.m, captured on a CCTV camera inside a Tesco Express branch, attempting to buy a bottle of water. He had severe burns to the right-hand side of his face, which we understand were inflicted by the alkaline. Earlier today, witnesses told us more details about some of the injuries sustained by the young girls in the attack. One witness, who was a 22-year-old man staying in the Belvedere Hotel in Clapham, said that the 8-year-old girl had 6 red blotches on the left-hand side of her face near her cheekbone. However, the 3-year-old girl, who we understand was slammed to the ground by Ezedi, had more severe injuries and had already been taken to hospital. The mother, a 31-year-old woman who we understand remains in hospital with life-changing injuries, is said to have run round the corner from the scene of the attack and burst into the hotel reception screaming, "Please help my children." She's earlier been reported to have screamed that she couldn't see and that her eyes were burning. Police say Ezedi is still extremely dangerous, and if members of the public see him out and about, they should not approach him and instead call 999 to enable officers to have the best chance of apprehending him.
In terms of our manhunt for Ezedi, we've got a large team of very experienced detectives leading the manhunt, using all the tactics that you would expect us to use, lots of officers out on the ground, and we are working very closely with colleagues from Transport for London, British Transport Police, and our colleagues in Northumbria Police as well. Last night, 5 search warrants were executed, 2 in East London and 3 up in Newcastle, and we've recovered some significant and important pieces of evidence which will help with our investigation. I'd like to give you a rundown of the timeline that we know so far in relation to what happened and the movements on Wednesday. So, we know that Ezedi left Newcastle in the very, very early hours of Wednesday morning, and he travelled down south to London. But around about 6:30 a.m, he was in the Tooting area. There was a further sighting of his vehicle at about 4:30 p.m. in Croydon, and at about 7 p.m, he was in the Streatham area. As you know, the awful attack took place at 7:25 in the evening in Clapham, and at 33 minutes past 7, he boards a train at Clapham South Tube. We know that at 8 p.m, he was at King's Cross Tube Station, and then at about 8:45, you've seen the images, he was captured in Tesco's on the Caledonian Road, which are the images you've seen with a fairly significant facial injury. Thankfully, due to the great response we've had from the public, we're able to follow him and know that he got on a train at 9 p.m, a Victoria Line tube heading south